CTV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.
Yeah, but welcome back to the show, everybody. You are still tuned into Ekse. And right next to me, it's Nalo Putfliki Jonas. Welcome to the show. If you have just joined us, we are rather discussing an important, something that's affecting all of us topic today, which is how is the pandemic, coronavirus itself, has affected students, education, teachers, and how they maneuver through getting their studies, because and I'll direct my first question going forward. Since we are in grade 12, an experience with a student, how has this change affected you?
Okay, I wasn't expecting my last year at school to be like this. So at first it was difficult, but obviously you have to adapt to change. So there's
Kuthini adapt eqala wenza njani since okay sivalile ngomuntu mahlala endlini phela uthe sivulile.
So like it was all normal, but then like we have to to the new normal, adapt to the new normal. Like it wasn't always like this. We wasn't always have to do like into the school, a phone in. We're always like doing into it's a class in or around the band now like where and as called that as that's resources more like to do like when into the school and so
Yeah, I feel like that's the biggest challenge that the public educational sector is currently facing. Resources is a huge problem. I know government made so many promises last year that they will give laptops, data, cell phones to students, but still that hasn't happened. I know you are also doing grade 12. When last year you were doing grade 11 and the lockdown happened and you were in school for a very long time, how did you feel when you entered school after so many days of being at home?
The first week when we came back to school, I actually didn't go. I had a lot of anxiety to deal with. I just couldn't go back. So after that week, the president actually announced that the lockdown, there was going to be more days that people should stay at home. So grade 11 was very fast actually. In grade 12 it said that grade 12 is supposed to be the shortest year of your life, but it's so long. And it's totally long. It's long. And this has, I'm not talking about myself personally, but about my whole class. This has just impacted us a lot, and it's just heavy because we've been looking forward to having a matric all our lives, and now we're not sure that that's even going to happen
anymore.
One of our presenters here at Ekse argues that he actually studies the same course as you, but it's easier for Bona because the course is theory-based, unlike Abantu who have to do practicals and then now Bakwazi on campus. Would you agree with that?
Well,
that's fine.
As
Just
fine.
kidding.
As fine. But if uyazixelela ekugqibeleni kuqala akukho lula mos because uyazi uba ifowuni ekugqibeleni ufuna ngene kuWhatsApp. Now xa ngana laptop ngizasebenzisa le phone for ufunda and then pop up in notification phezulu nango WhatsApp. My attention immediately shifts. Ngiyapha. Yabo. So kuyana ngozixelela. Yeah, Bana, this is what I'm doing, this is what I want, and then being determined. So apply focus. Well, ibalula le amicos ke xa wenze kanjalo. So unyanisile, but sometimes msebenzi.
Ubhuti pha uthetha apply i-focus because uthi use laptop, uthi use phone yakho, ungena messages on Twitter, Instagram, usafunda njalo. How do you, as a grade 11 learner, apply i-focus yakho? What are some of the challenges that you are facing along the way that are trying to distract you from focusing ngemfundo zakho?
Okay, zininzi ke izinto i-challenges esibanazo, but thina as grade 11 learners into esiyenzayo xa singayanga esikolweni on that certain week. We plan a meet up to study at a friend's house, and then we keep on studying, and we know that we should switch off our phones. So yeah, it's more basically like Tinasia Bizana and say let's study Paku at one's houses and
Yeah.
senza njalo. So we're not always on our phones. Rule number one is switch off the phone.
Yeah.
Switch off, don't be on the phone.
Yeah.
So that's rule
So
number
how do you, as a teacher, communicate with students? Because now there is this new way of learning, which is using laptops and cell phones. But you have to say, "Hi man, izinto ziyabadisturba abantwana, ziyabadistractor." And then you find students who are switching off their data because they are not able to study because the phones are. So how do you, as teachers, how did you then connect with students? What alternative ways did you have to come up with to connect and of course teach students?
Okay. When it comes to e-lessons, we do not regard or WhatsApp as
Yeah.
a mode of communicating important messages because we know abanye they don't have access to them.
Yeah.
So as a chilos pomeze, baza once every 2 weeks. So for the week that you're seeing them, you prepare them for the following week as well. So you know that you will not see them the following week, so you give them as much work as possible. Then when you see them in the third week, you have to start doing the work that you were supposed to do the previous week.
How easy or difficult was that to you as a teacher?
It's very difficult, and we are not able to finish chapters that you have to teach. So we just skip chapters, unfortunately, to cope because we do not have time.
With that said, and every other challenge that has been mentioned, do you ever, as a teacher, how has it changed marking yako? You understand now people are facing all these challenges. Maybe anything like that?
Yeah, I think because you understand, so we have to be lenient and kwazu, but strict when it comes to marking. At least if it's close enough, then and I can't be strict knowing that now I didn't do my job to the full potential.
Yeah. I also want to find out because Utabanana, they come like once a week, twice a week to school and you skip chapters, and that means parents at home now. So I want to find out how was the relationship between learners, teachers, and of course bringing parents in to make sure that learners and of course program curriculum iyaqhubekeka. We still continue with this discussion right here next. We're talking about the impacts of COVID-19 on educational curriculum, both on basic education and of course higher education. Have your say right now on WhatsApp at 0746500202. How has it impacted wena as Mtomcha who's currently ofundayo apha eMzansi? Let's take a look at what you guys have to say right now. It's a clip that you guys sent us on WhatsApp. What do some of you have to say? Let's take a look.
In terms of the curriculum this year, I say not exactly. As much as there was prescribed work that was to be covered and tested, there was still a whole lot of students that missed out due to COVID-19 and unrest in the country. Further to that, there are some components that were meant to be covered in the grade 11 syllabus, which are pushed over to this year. This means that there's more workload for people that missed out. More workload means that there's a whole lot of students that are going to miss out and potentially fail the grade.
Seems as though not a lot of students are finding this easy. Because I thought maybe there's something on the other side of the token Abandu who generally didn't even like going to class. Because I understand I'm going to say Skela. I used to teach myself. I didn't write notes in class. That's varsity actually, not in high school. So I can imagine that not a lot of them are finding this time very easy.
Yeah.
At break, you guys, please do not go anywhere. And if you are out there and you're finding this very easy, please reach out because please hit us up on the social media platforms, Ekse_live. That's on Twitter as well as Facebook. Please, if you're finding this easy, I want you to tell so I'm self-taught. You know, we're feeling the answer available.
CTV family.